Let's talk about something really important. Getting to the doctor. It's a must, right? But what happens when just the cost of a taxi ride becomes a real problem? Well, today we're diving into a great program in Hanamaki City designed to help with exactly that.
Getting to and from a medical appointment is essential for staying healthy, but there are a lot of steps involved, and frankly, each one can have a cost. So what do you do when that cost starts to feel like a heavy weight?
For a lot of people, especially seniors living on a fixed income, those taxi fares really add up. It can turn into a genuine financial burden, It might even make you second-guess whether you can afford to go to a necessary appointment.
But here's the good news. Hanamaki City has put something in place to help. It's a subsidy program, and it's specifically designed to take some of that financial pressure off the shoulders of elderly residents who need to see their doctor. So let's break down what it is and who it's for.
Okay, so first things first, the big question. Who can actually get this help? Let's walk through the requirements together and see if this is something for you or maybe for someone you know.
All right, there are 3 main conditions, and listen up, you have to meet all of them. First, you've got to be 80 years old or older and living at home, not in a special care facility. And this last one is key. You can't have easy access to a vehicle. That means you don't own a car or a motorbike, and you don't have someone in your house who can just drive you.
And it doesn't stop there. Beyond those first 3 rules, your actual living arrangement, who you live with, that plays a big part too. This just helps the city make sure the support gets to the people who need it most.
Now, for these household rules, you only need to meet one of them. So you qualify if you live all by yourself, or if you live in a home where everybody is 65 or older. There's also a specific rule for people who might live with younger family but are bedridden, which makes getting around really tough.
Okay, so let's say you checked all the right boxes and you're eligible. Fantastic. Now for the most important part. How does the money side of this subsidy actually work?
This is a really crucial detail to get right. This program is not a discount you get from the taxi driver on the spot. It's a reimbursement system. What that means is you pay the full fare for your ride first, and then, later, the city pays you back some of that cost.
The entire system really revolves around this one number, 1,000 yen. This is the magic number. It's the threshold for a one-way trip. The subsidy is designed to kick in for any ride that costs more than this amount.
And here's exactly how it works. You always cover the first 1,000 yen of the fare yourself. Think of it as your copay. The city then pays you back for everything over that amount. So, simple example, if your taxi ride cost 5,000 yen, you pay the first 1,000, and the city sends you back the other 4,000 yen. Pretty straightforward, right?
Now, there is a limit to how much you can get back over a whole year, and it's tiered, which makes a lot of sense. It's based on how far you live from the hospital. If your doctor is pretty close, less than 10 kilometers, your annual limit is 12,000 yen. But if you have to travel a long way, say 30 kilometers or more, that yearly cap goes up to 30,000 yen. The farther you go, the more help you can get.
All right, so we know who's eligible and how the money works. Now for the really practical part. How do you actually claim this subsidy? Let's walk through the whole process, step by simple step.
So here's the chart of the entire process. I know, it might look a little complicated with all the boxes and arrows, but don't worry about that. We're about to break this whole thing down into 5 really simple, easy-to-follow steps.
See? It all boils down to this. Step 1, you take a taxi. Step 2, you pay the driver, and, this is the most important part, get a receipt. Step 3, go to your doctor's appointment, pay for your visit, and get a second receipt. Step 4, you take both of those receipts and submit them to the city office. And finally, Step 5, the city processes your claim and the money gets deposited right into your bank account.
And you don't have to do this after every single trip. That would be a huge hassle, right? Instead, the city just asks that you bundle up your receipts and turn them in quarterly. So, for example, any trips you take from April through June, you just have to get those claims in by July 10th. It keeps the paperwork so much more manageable.
Okay, we are on the home stretch now. Let's just cover a few last but very important details to make sure everything goes off without a hitch when you apply. Okay, heads up. This is a very common point of confusion. Hanamaki City actually has 2 different taxi support programs. The one we've been talking about is strictly for medical visits, and it's a reimbursement.
The other program uses pre-issued tickets or vouchers for general use, like going shopping. They have different rules, so it's really, really important to know which one is for you.
And this is absolutely critical. Getting approved for this program isn't a one-and-done kind of thing. You must reapply every single year to keep getting the benefits. I mean it, put a note on your calendar so you don't forget and accidentally let your benefits run out.
So let's wrap up with a final checklist. Number 1, you have to apply and get approved before you can start claiming your taxi rides. Number 2, always remember to keep both receipts, the taxi one and the hospital one. You need them both. And number 3, watch those deadlines. For the fiscal year we're talking about, the final day to submit a claim is April 6th, 2026.
Okay, we've covered the what, the who, and the how. So if you're sitting there thinking, this could be a real help, or you just have a few more questions, what do you do next?
Your next step is to get in touch with the city directly. To apply, or if you just have any questions at all, you'll want to contact the Hanamaki City Longevity and Welfare Division. The phone number is right here. Seriously, programs like this exist to make sure that the cost of a ride doesn't stop anyone from getting the medical care they need. So don't hesitate. Give them a call and see if this program could make a difference for you.